7 years ago, I moved from New York City to North Carolina and went through theatrical amnesia. John sent me a play that he says I wrote in 1974 called The Baubles of Pouton Polopolis. Well, it was about an eclectic troupe of orphaned actors, theater geeks, wandering the hilltop, lamenting the fate of banishment in a fire trap called Stage 1. They had a vision of Stage 2 in room 57 Pouton. And I am telling you, I have no memory of writing that.
Why not?
Let us refresh your recollection.
Now, do you remember the tea house?
If you remember the tea house, you weren't there.
Well, I lived there.
And I lived there, along with Bill Monroe and Dart.
Didn't we used to have tea parties there?
Yes, but not the tea party of today. Maybe that's your problem.
DBM always used to inspire us, telling us that 57 would make a great space, like the stagings he used to do in Gaston Hall. He used to tell us, to dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable.
We get it!
Yes.
I am musing.
In Pouton Polopolis basement, there's a small black hole. Some think it's the print shop extension, others nothing at all.
Well, and we thought, after 10 years in Stage 1, staging truly exceptional work in a short, tiny, dark room with 4 poles, it would be a no-brainer for Georgetown to give M&B a better, safer space.
DBM gave us the freedom to imagine and take risks. It was that spirit that sparked the taking of Pouton 57, or as we called it, Operation Tortoise.
After the turtle, who gets nowhere unless he sticks his neck out.
When we first suggested it, the registrar went crazy, saying it was one of the largest lecture halls on campus. But hey, the year before it had been chopped up into small rooms, housing guinea pigs for experiments in psychology.
So one night we thought, what if we just move in? And so we did. It was spring break in 1975.
Well, I remember contracting for new risers, using box office cash to pay the contractor.
And I recall buying long black curtains and hanging them around the perimeter of 57.
And we made pipe stanchions out of old tires and cement so we could have light bulbs.
How many nights did it take to confiscate 57?
We did it all in one night, moving everything into 57 on the Sunday night before school resumed. We built a tech booth, laid out the pre-built risers, and set up the lights.
Do you remember hauling those heavy oak desks out of Pouton and exchanging them for desks from Healy that had folding table arms and were more like theater seats?
We got into more trouble for that than anything. Well, except for maybe running a 200-foot electrical cable down from Stage 1.
And we held a fundraiser the next weekend at Trinity Theater, which was already rented for Calliope, Victoria, which we produced the following week. The fundraiser helped repay the box office.
Well, we called it 57 Varieties, after the pickles. It was scenes from our most recent hits.
I do remember the party that night on Stage 2. It was the only time we actually used that space. Was DBM there?
No, I think he was trying to make sure we weren't expelled.
He ran a lot of interference for us.
Dr. Murphy was always a diplomat. He must have felt at times that we were so many very naughty children.
Oh, many times. Well, once at a monthly M&B board meeting, he was so upset at us about a closing night cast party at Stage 1 that got a little, shall I say, out of hand. He said, I am disappointed that there were some activities at that party, and I was just livid at your behavior, but especially when you saw me, you ran away.
Well, maybe he just wanted to...
No.
The man had the patience of a saint, and he always forgave you and took you back into the fold. He probably defended us to the administration a whole lot more than any of us ever realized or gave him credit for.
Yes, those were the days of the short-lived Stage 2. DBM could not be a part of the taking of Pouton 57, so he could truthfully deny he knew anything about it in advance. But I think he was secretly proud of us. His diplomacy resulted in stage 3 in Pouton just 1 year later, and it is still the exclusive province of the baubles to this very day. And his complete dedication to theater at Georgetown eventually was rewarded with a new theater and a department.
So, by Jove, you've really done it. You've won it, the victory. There's so much more theater at our old Georgetown.
Without you, all the troubles, the baubles and squabbles would not have happily ended, so we thank you too.
We honor you quite brightly for being so forthrightly, with master's touch so lightly, you taught us so much.
By Jove, you've really done it, you've won it, the victory. There's so much more theater at our old Georgetown.